today I would like to discuss the highlights of what I've understand on topic 1, language planning policy and program. So first is language planning is a commonly used term for any action designed to impact language or language uses. So the purpose of it is for social, political, or economic. So language planning is the concrete implementation of language policy. So policies that are designed thoughtfully and carefully typically entails some type of planning. Next is language policy is intended to encourage or restrict the usage of specific language or group of languages. So the government does it formally through policies and laws. Next is there are four language planning principles. First is assimilation. This idea, every member of society should be proficient in the language that is most widely spoken in the community. Next will be the linguistic pluralism. Opposite of assimilation, this concept is preferably for society to have a variety of languages. For example, Hong Kong, they have English, Chinese, Cantonese as the official languages that they use. The third one is the vernacularization. So the purpose is to turn a native tongue back into a widely used language. So lastly, is the internationalization. This idea encourages learning a non-native tongue to facilitate communication with other native speakers. So for example, here in the Philippines, English is considered global language and taught in schools to be able to understand and communicate with other people from another country. The fourth highlights is language planning, policy, and program are thoughts to impact the effectiveness of both teaching and learning in the educational system. So the goal of it is generating people capable of meeting the needs of the knowledge-based economy throughout the world to place education development goals. Next highlight is language policy procedures and action is an improved strategy of involvement in the favor of linguistic diversity is explored. Next for the six highlights, so the roles of language in knowledge and cultural creation highlights the importance of language in its different genre to culture. So therefore, as a result, it attempts to accept and nurture human diversity, necessitate an understanding of the significance of linguistic diversity. Lastly, language planning policy and program aid in the promotion of institutional learning and improvements, as well as for the long-term growth in the area that contributes unity. Overall, it is essential to develop language policies that enable minority groups access to prominent versions of universal accreditation languages and literacy, while also encouraging intergenerational preservation of minority languages, including indigenous and immigrant languages. So, the supported learning another language aspires to be a nationally united, financially sustainable, and socially good. For topic 2, these are my highlights in discussion on language policies and program. First is language policies are put in place to help gather what is planned in language planning. So basically, it implemented in order to somehow compile what is planned in language planning. For the second one is language policy is mainly concerned with practice or putting what has been planned into action. So it says that language planning is theory part and language policy is more on the practice part or applying what has been planned. Third highlight is language policy in the Philippines attain national proficiency in both Filipino and English via the teaching of both languages in their utilization as medium of instruction in higher education. For the fourth highlights, the purpose of language policy and program is to promote and facilitate them to carry out their tasks and obligation in order to satisfy the demands of country in the international community. Next is language policies and program improve language acquisition in order to obtain quality education. For the sixth highlight, Filipino and English language policy and initiatives are being developed as a linguistic emblem of national unity and identity. Lastly, the goal of language policies and program is to improve communication, commerce, and interactions connection in the various different national or local administration. Overall, the purpose of language policy and program is to develop people who are capable of meeting needs of the experience and understanding economy has shifted government policies throughout the world to prioritize education in their development goals. So basically, it's guaranteeing people capable of meeting the needs of the knowledge based economy throughout the world to place education development goals. So these are the highlights for my topic 1 and topic 2. Thank you and have a good day.